Welcome everyone to this maths class of NCERT live phone-in program. This is for standard 7 students, but anyone and everyone can watch this program because maths is a subject we all like and we love to do more. This is all about practice. So today we have the topic multiplication of decimals, and for this discussion we have in our studio our expert Dr. Vijayan K. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Tanvi. Good afternoon, viewers.
Sir is from Department of Education, Department of Teacher Education. Department of Teacher Education, NCERT, and sir has answers to all your questions related to decimals, whole numbers, real numbers, and a lot of many more maths topics. If you are watching us live right now on YouTube, then the channel number is NCERT Official, and that's where you're watching us. You can write your questions in the conversation box. You're also watching us live on SWAYAM Prabha's channel number 31, Kishore Manch. You can also call us with your doubts, with your queries on our numbers. We have two toll-free numbers, 1800-112199, and the other number is 1800-111-265. You can mail us your queries on our email ID, which is ciet.kishoremanch@gmail.com. Without wasting any more time, let's begin with our discussion. Sir, firstly, I wanted to ask you, what are decimal numbers and how are they different from whole numbers?
Okay, thank you, Tanvi, for a wonderful question. I think this is a topic for 7th standard, but students might have learned this in their 6th standard itself, many concepts of decimal numbers and its application as well. Starting from your question, second question, how it differ from whole number, and students might learn what is a whole number and how it can be expressed in a number chart. Let me explain its difference from whole number using the help of a number chart. And you can see our whole number, when by expressing any number, whether it is a large number or small whole number, we will express using the number chart. And usually we will start with ones digit. You can see the first rightmost number in a whole number, we will denote it by ones and usually denote it by O. And then when we are moving to the left of that place value, we will have tens, we will have hundreds, we will have thousands, etc. And you can see how this place value is changing. Once, then the second one is tens, it is multiplied by 10, and the next one is 10 multiplied by 10, and it is the place values are changing in that way to the left. Now why can't we think about place value to the right of ones also? If we want to change the place value to the right of ones, since it is 1, again multiplying 10 will give you 10 only, then it is a repetition. Now we can think about a number, place value number in the right of ones. If we multiply that number with 10, need to get 1. And students learned fraction, they know 1 by 10 is a number. If you multiply it with 10, you will get 1. Therefore the place value right to 0 will become 1 by 10, and right of 1 by 10, naturally again we need to multiply one number with 10, you need to get 1 by 10. That means you need to multiply 1 by 100 with 10, you will get 1 by 10. And if we see moving to the right, the place value will move like 1 by 10, 1 by 100, then 1 by thousands, etc. to the right. And now in the left we have given names ones, tens, hundreds. In the same manner we can give the names to the right of ones also. 1 by 10th we call it as tenth. It is 1/10th, therefore it is known as tens. And second is 100th, therefore we call it as hundredth. And third one, 1 upon 1000, it is known as thousands. 1 by 1000, etc. Now you can see very clearly, if I express a whole number, for example if I am writing 21, it indicates that there are 1 ones and 2 tens in this number. Now if I express a number only right to ones, for example I am writing 1 3 like this. If I write 1 3, what it means? Can we call it as 13? Of course this one is not in tens place, this one is only in 1 by 10th place. Therefore we have 1 by 10th and 3 1 by 100, and we will express that number using a decimal notation. We call it as 0.13. 0.13. Of course you can see this number is less than 1. Therefore a decimal, if we consider only a decimal part of a number, that decimal number is always less than the 1. 3, we will not call it as 13, we will call it as 0.13, and its name 1 tens and 3 hundredths are there. Therefore for example if I write tens 2, ones 1, tens 1, hundreds 3, then how can we express this number? This number will become 21.13, and 21 is known as the whole number part, and right to the decimal point that number is known as the fractional part of this number. It is a fraction, or this decimal, it is a number expressed in 1 by 10th and 1 by 100. That is the difference between a whole number. If you write a general decimal number, you may have a whole number part as well as a decimal number part. The number after the decimal point, is always less than 1. That is the difference between a whole number and a decimal number.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is the need to study decimals at all? Why do we study them? And also, why are they important in our lives?
Yeah, it's a very important thing, since whenever we learn mathematics, whatever may be the topic we learn, mathematics, it should have some application. Otherwise if we are not using that, then people will become, students will become, that is why some of the students are saying mathematics is boring, it is difficult and all. We need to connect mathematical content with our daily life. For example, when you talk about the decimal, suppose you are going to shopping, going for a shopping, you need to purchase शर्ट मटेरियल फॉर क्लॉथ, आपको कपड़ा लेना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू आर गोइंग फॉर अ यूनिफॉर्म कपड़ा, आपको और बच्चा और बच्चा का ब्रदर को, दोनों को कपड़ा चाहिए. यंगर वन को एक कपड़ा के लिए, एक शर्ट पीस के लिए आपको 1 मीटर एंड 65 सेंटीमीटर क्लॉथ चाहिए. दूसरा को 1 मीटर एंड 85 सेंटीमीटर क्लॉथ चाहिए. अभी शॉपकीपर कैसे काटेगा? दे हैव टू मेजर 165 एंड 185, एंड दोनों जोड़कर कितना कपड़ा ये शॉपकीपर काटना है. एंड सपोज इन द शॉप उनके पास 10 मीटर का कपड़ा है. अभी ये दोनों को कपड़ा देने के बाद कितना कपड़ा बाकी हो जाएगा? लाइक दैट इन आवर लाइफ सिचुएशन हम लोग डेसिमल का डिफरेंट ऑपरेशन अप्लाई कर रहे हैं. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट मनी. आप सब्जी लेने के लिए जा रहे हैं, आपका सब्जी के एक किलो का सब्जी फॉर एग्जांपल टोमेटो ले रहे, टोमेटो का आपका 1 किलो के लिए 20 रुपीस एंड 50 पैसा है एंड आपको 4 किलो टोमेटो चाहिए, कितना पैसा देना है? ऐसे सिचुएशन हमारा डेली लाइफ में आने वाला है. वी आर फेसिंग इन दैट सिचुएशन वी आर ऑल अप्लाइंग डेसिमल का डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ ऑपरेशन. मल्टीप्लिकेशन अप्लाई कर रहे, सब्ट्रैक्शन अप्लाई कर रहे, डिविजन अप्लाई कर रहे, एडिशन अप्लाई कर रहे. ऐसे डिफरेंट ऑपरेशन हम लोग एवरी डे डिफरेंट सिचुएशन में हम लोग अप्लाई कर रहे हैं डेसिमल का.
ओके ओके सर, डेसिमल नंबर्स को मल्टीप्लाई कैसे किया जाता है?
यस, हमारा आज का सेशन का फोकस इस मल्टीप्लिकेशन ऑफ डेसिमल है. हाउ कैन वी मल्टीप्लाई डेसिमल? इसमें दो चीज आना है. I will be going to discuss in two parts. First one, you can imagine when we multiply we need two numbers. Okay. Yeah. Suppose one number is a whole number and second number is a decimal number. That is the first case. How can we multiply a whole number with a decimal number? एक whole number, दूसरा एक decimal number. That is the first situation. दूसरा सिचुएशन हम लोग डिस्कस करेगा दोनों डेसिमल नंबर से, उसी टाइम हाउ वी कैन मल्टीप्लाई दोनों नंबर्स. एंड दीज आर द टू इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट वी विल बी गोइंग टू डिस्कस नाउ. द फर्स्ट वन इज multiplication of a whole number by a decimal. You can see on the board. Suppose we want to multiply 3 into 0.1. How can we multiply 3 into 0.1? And you know 3 into 0.1, the decimal part is 0.1. Okay. What do you mean by 0.1? In the fraction, earlier students might have learned that 0.1 means it is 1 upon 10. And what is 1 upon 10? You can see on this chart, I have a square piece, and this square piece are divided into 10 equal parts. We have divided this square into 10 equal parts. 1 upon 10 means it is one part of these 10 parts. I have shaded that one part. This represents 1 by 10, or this represents the 0.1. This is 0.1. Now we need to find out 3 into 0.1. What it means? It means 3 times 0.1. ऐसे हम लोग इधर शेड किया, 3 पार्ट चाहिए हम लोग को. Now you can see that this is the same square. I have shaded 3 parts. This is 1, 2, 3 of this 10. Now if you convert this into a fractional form, what will be the fraction? It is 3 upon 10, and we can represent it as 0.3. इसका मतलब है 3 into 0.1 is equal to 0.3. Okay. Now we can move to another example. Suppose we want to find out 4 into 0.2. How to find out 4 into 0.2? In this case, the decimal part is 0.2, and 0.2 can be expressed as 2 upon 10. That means this 10 part में हम लोग को 2 part shade करना है. This is the 2 part, and this shaded region represent हमारा 0.2. This is 0.2. हम लोग को 4 से इसको मल्टीप्लाई करना है. दैट मीन्स ऐसे 0.2 शेडेड पार्ट हम लोग 4 टाइम मिलना है. व्हाट विल हैपन इफ वी शेड दिस 4 पार्ट्स? दिस इज फर्स्ट 0.2, 2 पार्ट्स. दिस इज द सेकेंड वन, दिस इज द थर्ड वन, एंड दिस इज द फोर्थ वन. कितना पार्ट हो गया? आप काउंट करेगा. हम लोग आउट ऑफ 10 देयर आर 8 पार्ट शेडेड. इसका मतलब दिस इज 0.8 है. Therefore 4 into 0.2 is equal to 0.8. Okay. Yet another example, if you see, I am going for one more example. Suppose we need to multiply 3 into 0.4. 3 into 0.4 को multiply करना. The decimal part is 0.4. Therefore, the shaded region will be, first shaded region is 4 part चाहिए हम लोग को, 10 part का 4 parties. ऐसे 3 4 part चाहिए, बट एक स्क्वायर में हम लोग को कितना पार्ट मिलेगा? ओनली सिर्फ 10 मिलेगा. दैट मीन्स दिस वन होल ऑलरेडी वी शेडेड. रिमेनिंग 2 पार्ट हम लोग को दूसरा एक स्क्वायर से लेना है. वन मोर स्क्वायर हम लोग को चाहिए, इसमें 2 पार्ट भी शेड करना है. देन वी विल गेट टोटल 1 टाइम 4, सेकंड टाइम 4 एंड ए जोड़ के थर्ड टाइम 4. देयरफॉर टोटल कितना पार्ट शेड हो गया? 12 पार्ट हो गया. दैट मीन्स 10 पार्ट ऑफ आउट ऑफ 10, दैट इज आवर 1, एंड 2 पार्ट आउट ऑफ 10, दैट इज आवर 0.2. इसका मतलब 3 into 0.4 is equal to 1 and then 0.2. 1.2 हम लोग को मिलेगा. Okay. Now, so far we discussed about only points 2, 0.1 and all. Suppose there is a situation we need to multiply with 0.05. Suppose we have to multiply 5 into 0.05. What is the meaning of 0.05? We know 0.5 means 5 out of 10. In the same way 0.05 का मतलब है आप एक स्क्वायर को 100 इक्वल पार्ट, एक एनी ऑब्जेक्ट को 100 इक्वल पार्ट आप डिवाइड करेगा, इसमें 5 इक्वल पार्ट इज नोन एज 5 out of 100 or 0.05, and this represents 0.05. Now 0.05 means there are 100 parts here, इसमें 5 part I have shaded. Now you take 5 such 5 parts. This is 1 5, this is second 5, this is third 5, this is fourth 5, this is fifth 5. अभी काउंट करेगा, out of 100 shaded region is 25. Therefore it is 25 part out of 100, and we can represent it by 25 by 100, or this is equal to 0.25. That means 5 into 0.05 is equal to 0.25. Now using this representation, using the chart, now we can see what actually is coming out. You can see on our PPT, the first case was 3 into 1, we got 0.3. Second case was 4 into 0.2, we got 0.8. Third was 3 into 0.4, we got 1.2. The 2 into 0.7, it is 1. If you do like this, we will get 2 into 0.7 as 1.4. 5 into 0.05, we will get 0.25, etc. Can you see any pattern emerging out of this table? Can you see any pattern? What is the left side and what is happening in the right side? बच्चे को ऐसे एक चार्ट से you can recognize, बच्चे लोगों को possible है इसका pattern recognition, since they have learned how we can find out the pattern. क्या क्या pattern आ रहे इससे? First case, you forget about the decimal point there. What is 3 into 1? 3 into 1? 3. What is 4 into 2? 8. 3 into 4? 12. 2 into 7, yes, 2 into 7, 14, 5 into 5, 25. Yeah, the pattern you can see, the first thing is you are multiplying the whole numbers first. You know multiplication of whole numbers. Okay. What is the second thing we can find out from this pattern? You see the left side. Left side में first number में decimal के बाद decimal का right side में only single digit है. Product में भी decimal point के बाद कितना digit है? Single. Second case also decimal के बाद single digit है, product में भी single digit है. Third में भी same है, fourth में भी same है, fifth में अब देखो 5 into 0.05. Decimal के बाद 2 digit है, product में भी 2 digit है. Therefore, what we can conclude from this pattern? We can conclude that first we can multiply both numbers by treating it as a whole number. ignoring the decimal point. You multiply दोनों number ignoring the decimal point. That is the first step. उसके बाद क्या करना है? You need to see the left side. Left side में आपको देखना है decimal point के बाद कितना digits है. Similar number of digits आपको count करना है from right of the product. Right side में product आएगा, product का right side से right most digit से आपको count करके decimal point डालना है. Same number of decimal आपको डालना है. This is the method of multiplying a whole number with a decimal number. Now we can see some of the examples. Students can develop their own examples also. You can find out the answer also. You can try to find out. Suppose आपके टेक्स्ट बुक है, टेक्स्ट बुक आप मेजर करो, आपका कवर पेज का लेंथ यू आर गेटिंग 15.3 सेंटीमीटर. अब क्या करना है, ऐसे 3-4 टेक्स्ट बुक, सेम टेक्स्ट बुक, उसका कवर पेज 15.3 है, आप इसमें एक रो में कीपिंग और दो टेक्स्ट बुक्स, ऐसे रो में कीप करने के बाद इसका टोटल लेंथ कितना हो जाएगा. 4 टेक्स्ट बुक आप ऐसे रो में कीप कर रहे हैं, कितना हो जाएगा आपका टोटल लेंथ. एक टेक्स्ट बुक का साइड है कवर पेज 15.3 सेंटीमीटर है, ऐसे 4 टेक्स्ट बुक है, कितना हो जाएगा. इस इज 4 into 15.3 and you can see that we can express in the form of 15.3 centimeter into 4, or by multiplying you can ignore the decimal first, that is 153 into 4 you will get 612. Now decimal के बाद एक डिजिट है, therefore प्रोडक्ट का decimal के बाद भी आप राइट से एक decimal काउंट करके एक decimal पॉइंट देना है. दैट मीन्स 2 के बाद एक decimal देना है राइट से. You need to go to move to the left side. That means 15.3 into 4 is equal to 61.2. Now this type of situation you can create from your home and you can try to find out, since you can measure the textbook, you can measure your geometry box, you can measure your table length or like that. You find out and you plan to create loads of that type of problems and solve. Now I think we can move to the next type. Sanvi?
Yes, sir.
Is there any
Yes,
question or otherwise we can move to the next part. अभी तक हम लोग डिस्कस किया एक होल नंबर कैसे we can multiply with a decimal. Now we are going to see how 2 decimal can be multiplied. दोनों decimals है. If दोनों decimals है, then how we can multiply it. For example, I am going to multiply first with 0.1 into 0.1. Suppose I want to multiply 0.1 and 0.1. How can I multiply it? You can see that earlier also we discussed that 0.1 means it is 1 by 10 and 0.1 is 1 by 10, and you can see that 1 by 10 is 1 out of the 10 part. This is the shaded part, 1 part. Now I need to multiply 0.1 with 0.1. What is the meaning of 0.1 in multiplied by 0.1? The rightmost 0.1 is 1 by 10 part. The first left one 0.1 is 0.1 times 0.1. Since 0.1 is a number which is less than 1, we usually use the terminology this 0.1 of 0.1. It is a fractional number. 0.1 is a fractional number. Therefore, what we need to do is we need to find out how much fraction represents of the 0.1. That means 0.1 out of 0.1. We need to find out 0.1 part of 0.1, and this is the 0.1. This area represents 0.1. Therefore, we need to find out 1/10 of that part, 1/10 of this shaded region. For that we again need to divide this region into 10 equal parts. If we divide that shaded into again 10 equal parts, 10 equal parts divide karega, the whole square become 100 equal parts, and one part of this 1/10 is only this shaded region. You can see double shaded, green से और red से shade किया, this part represents 1/10 of the 1/10 part. And how much this will be using a fraction? हमारा square total 100 squares है, छोटी squares 100 है, इसमें एक ही part है, that means this represents 1 part out of 100 or 1 part of out of 100. You know the fraction, you can see it is equal to 0.1 का मतलब is 1 out of 10 and second 0.1 is 1 out of 10. आप multiply करेगा two fraction, you already learned multiplication of two fraction, इसका answer हो जाएगा 1 into 1 that is 1 and 10 into 10 that is 100. अब डायरेक्ट मल्टीप्लाई करेगा आपको 1 upon 100 मिलेगा, शेड रीजन से आप काउंट करेगा, then also you will get 1 upon 100 and this value is equal to 0.01. That means आपको 0.1 को 0.1 से मल्टीप्लाई करेगा और 1/10 part of 0.1, 1/10 part of 0.1 is equal to 0.01. Now we can move to another example. Suppose we want to find out 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10 we know it is 2 part of this 10 part. This is the 2 shaded region. Now I am asking what will be the value of 0.3 into 0.2. We need to find out 0.3 into 0.2. We know that 0.2 is 2 out of 10. Now I need to find out 0.3 part of 0.2. 0.3 part means it is 3 by 10. If I divide this shaded region into again 10 equal parts, इसमें 3 part मुझे चाहिए. If this shaded 2 part को आप फिर 10 equal part से divide करना है, इसमें 3 part represents 0.3 into 0.2. Here also you can see the double part shaded part is total 6 and total small square is 100. You will get it is 6 by 100 or is equal to 0.06. And in the same way you can do many more example. You can find out using chart paper or you can even you can use graph paper also. You will be, it will be available with you. Graph paper say you can count the small squares and you can multiply, you will get the answer like this. Suppose you are multiplying 0.4 into 0.4. What will be the, first you need to represent 0.4, that is 4 equal parts. Then 0.4 part of 0.4, that means आपको again divide करना है 10 equal parts, जिसमें 4 part है and that 4 double part आप count करेगा, आपको मिलेगा 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 part double shade हो जाएगा and this 16 part is out of 100 and that is equal to 0.16. That means अब दोनों डेसिमल है, then multiply करने में क्या pattern मिल रही है. You can see what type of pattern we are getting when both numbers are decimal. Please see, you can see on this slide. First case we got 1 into 0.1 into 0.1 as 0.01. Second case what we got is 0.3 into 0.2 is equal to 0.06. Third case you can see it is 0.4 into 0.4, 0.16. And if you do again another example, for example it is 0.5 into 0.6, that is 6 part of out of 10 and that 6 part ka 5 parts again out of 10. Then you will get 30 part out of 100 or it can be represented by 0.3. And this is the pattern you are observing. And what is the pattern? You can see from, like earlier also when we multiplied whole number with a decimal we found a pattern. Here also we can find similar pattern. What is the pattern? Earlier what we did is we multiplied the whole number by ignoring the decimal point. Here also you can see if we ignore the decimal points, 1 into 1 is 1, 3 into 2 is 6, 4 into 3 is 12. Like that you can see the pattern. Now what is the total number of decimal places of, in the left side. You can see on the slide once again, you can check. You concentrate on the left hand side. First example, दोनों संख्या में decimal है. After decimal, first में एक digit है, second में भी एक digit है. That means total digits after the decimal point is 2. Similar in the product also, right side आप देखो, there also you can see 2 digits after the decimal. Second example of also left side dot है, total 2 है, right side also 2. Third example also left side 2, right side 2. Third example also left side 2, right side it is 0.30 है. Since 5 into 6 is 30, you can write it as 30. Therefore, you can see 2 decimal. Now, what conclusion you can find out from this? When you multiply a decimal with another decimal, what we need to see is multiply the whole numbers and count the number of digits after the decimal sign in the multipliers, multiplicand. What are the numbers? 2 numbers we are going to multiply. You see the number of digits after the decimal, and then in the product from the rightmost digits you count same number of digits and put the decimal point after that. If in the left side you have 2, right side also you put 2. In the case of 0.5 into 6, 0.5 into 0.6, you have 5 into 6, 30, and I am counting from 0, 0 and 3, 2 digits. Therefore, I am putting it at after 3, therefore 0.3. And therefore, multiplication of 2 decimal, you can see the similar pattern when you multiply with a whole number with a decimal. There is no difference. The procedure is same. And this is the method of multiplying. Now, we can see some example also with our related with our life situation, as I mentioned earlier also. You can see in the same example the cover page of a book is 12.3 centimeter and its breadth is 6.3 centimeter. You measure your side of your textbook, one side you found it is 12.3 centimeter, another side you found that 6.3 centimeter. Can you find out the area of that cover page? You know, area of a cover page, it is a rectangle in shape, it is length into breadth. That means that time आपको इसका length को breadth से multiply करना और 12.3 centimeter into 6.3 centimeter करना चाहिए. That means you have to multiply 12.3 into 6.3, and what you will get? You multiply 123 with 63, you will get 7,749. And you can see in the left side there are 2 digits in each one digit after decimal. Therefore, in the product also आप 9 से count करो, 2 digits के बाद आप decimal point डालो. That means 9 and 4. Then put decimal after 4 or left to the 4. You will get the answer as 12.3 into 6.3 is equal to 77.49. And since this is a question of area, the answer will be 77.49 centimeter square. You can create lots of examples. Students can, from their home itself, using your scale, you can create lots of such examples. For example, you draw a triangle, equilateral triangle you draw, you find out the perimeter. Equilateral triangle perimeter will be 3 sides. You can find out area of your table, area of your instrument box. Like that you can try to find out, you can create your own problem. That type of mentalities, so problem solving capacity we need to create. हम लोगों को ऐसे develop करने का जरूरी है.
Sir, thank you so much. But just in a few seconds, can you just wind up the whole session?
Yeah. Just as I mentioned, one more important point. There is a.
Sir, we don't have much time.
Yeah, actually. I'm just concluding my topic. We have studied how we can multiply a whole number with a decimal number and then 2 decimal numbers. The procedure is same, and I think students, if they are all in home, and they can do one important activity from home. I am giving to them. What you can do is you measure the length and breadth of your textbooks, notebooks and instrument box using a scale and try to find out its area, perimeter, etc. And there you will get lots of time. That side may be in 0.3 or 0.5 decimal numbers, and you can have lots of exposure in multiplying, adding, even sometimes adding decimals, subtracting decimals. That type of activity you can go do from your home, so that you can improve your mathematical ability. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. You have given a wonderful activity to the students, to the viewers who were watching this program. And thank you so much to all the viewers who were watching this program, and I am sure that you enjoyed this program. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere, because in a few seconds from now we're coming back with a history lesson, and the topic is going to be tribal societies during colonialism. So stay tuned and stay at your homes. Stay safe. Thank you so much. Namaste.